Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. And for some unknown reason, I normally have like 3 or 4 decks on the table. And for some unknown reason, they've taken me back to a deck I haven't used for a while. I remember buying this deck a while back. I have a place called Berry, and those in Australia would know about Berry. That's one of my favourite places to be. They have great, well, actually it's not quite as arty as it used to be. It used to be very arty, but it's got a little bit more commercial now. But there's still a couple of great shops there that sell all things fun. all things fun. Cards, crystals, statues, all things fun. And all different, I guess, religious and cultural options right through. And I think I've spent so much time in that shop. I haven't been for a while. I probably am due for a visit. So I'm looking at the Tarot of Dreams thinking, I can remember the day I bought these because I'd seen them, and as I do, fickle little old me, fell in love with them and went, I want those. And when I went on the internet, they said they were out of production. And I was like, oh, bugger, out of production. And then I went to Berry and they had a deck in the store. And I was very happy about that. I might be fickle, but I'm very, very easily pleased. All right. Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. What story have you got to tell, and why did they ask me to use you? Okay, nice split. Let's see what's going on. All right, nice. 10 of Swords coming through. Now, it's really funny. Sometimes I watch other readers, and some of them are really uncomfortable with these cards, and I think I can always see the benefit of a card. Except for the 3 of Swords, other than the fact it came out in reverse, or felt like it came out in reverse. There is this really strong feeling here with the 10 of Swords that you are about to close out a cycle. What does that mean? Okay, generally it means that you've been doing something for a very long time that may not have been serving you, has exhausted, or you've learned all of the lessons you needed to learn. And they could have been painful lessons as well. With the 10 of Swords, it often talks about, the betrayals, the being let downs, the heartache, the hurt, the pain. But the swords represent thinking. They represent your ideas. They represent clarity. And they're all in your back at the moment. So these are the things that haven't worked so well for you that you've had to learn a lesson from. The lessons are here. And it's like whatever this is, you could have gone in the same cycle the whole time to learn this lesson. You could have been going round and round and round. And Spirit said, you've done it enough times now. You must have learned this lesson because we need to move you on now. That's closing out a cycle. All right, so we have the 5 of Wands. And I've got to say, some of you are refusing to see this. Some of you are refusing to see the end of a cycle. So you're probably repeating the pattern and still refusing to see it and still going back to do it again. I had someone say to me not long ago, I find I have problems at work where I get bullied all the time. And when it gets to that point, I pack up my job and I move on. And I said, what happens then? And they said, I go back to the same situation. I just get bullied again. And I said, at what point do you stop and wonder, what do I need to do here to stop this behavior? What do I need to do to understand why this is happening rather than just keep fronting up to it time and time again, only to get hurt? Many of us have been through this, many of us, until the day we realize there is something here we need to correct within ourselves to stop this from happening anymore. So you can be going round and round in circles in the same lesson for a long time. But if you're refusing to see, if you are enduring this energy over and over again, there is an issue that you need to stop and say, is this something I need to look at? Because this is what's happening here. There's conflict. Yep, there you go. Codependent energy, big time. Okay, so what you're being advised here is there's a behavior within you that is cycling. It's cycling time and time again. You could be, like I always say, meeting the same man with a different face. That might mean that you're having the same relationships come in. It could be that you've got the same situations. It might be always as you get to something, it's sort of just taken from your clutches. You could be self-sabotaging. You could have an addiction because of this behavior. But whatever it is for you, it's about to come to closure because you have understood this pattern. It's beautiful. Look at that card. Love this deck. It's one of my favorites. Of course it is. Okay, so we have the King of Wands coming through, shining his beautiful face. Okay, with the Four of Cups. Someone is about to make an offer here. Someone is about to offer you their cup. And I've got to say to you, this person may not have your best interest at heart. You may be dealing with someone who has an addiction, negative behavior. They could be narcissistic. Someone here does not have your best interest at heart. They could be coming in as someone who's, absolutely amazing for you, amazing to look at, amazing to be with. They may be someone that's going to really love bomb you to the big degree. But you know what? This is the last lesson you're going to have to endure. Why do I know that? Because this time you are refusing the cup. This time you are looking at the person and going, I'm not doing this again. Now, this could be a work situation for some of you. So it could be that you're in the situation at work where somebody is now bullying you, trying to have power over you, trying to push you around. Maybe a manager, a boss, someone who has, power at work over you. And you're saying, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I am done. Oh, wow. And then we have the Eight of Wands coming through. Beautiful. And then we have the End. Oh, golly. I just love it. No wonder they asked me to use this deck. And there you have your reward. The Palace of Wands. You're finding your passion again. You're finding out who you are. You're understanding this pattern of behavior that's held you back for so long. And now you have this beautiful abundance sitting in front of you. Let's just find some more here. Some of you are dealing with a yucky situation though. So, all right, so we have the Palace of Coins coming through. Now this particular deck, and obviously why I've been asked to use it, is because it has additional cards. So the 4 additional cards represent the 4 tarot suits, but they're like abundance. And this is an abundance of coins. So it's something tangible. It's like the 10 of Pentacles, but in a larger form, in a huge form, in a very, very big, enormous, large form. So it's like absolute security, absolute stability, moving into a time where you feel very, very secure. So this is what you've got to look forward to by closing out this pattern. All right, let's see what. Oops, sorry for those. I've just put that microphone in. Sorry. Ouch for your ears. My apologies. I didn't expect to knock the microphone over. All right, so we have here the 5 of Swords. The battle is going to be won here. All right, and then we have the Palace of Swords. Wow. Okay, so you've got all 3 palaces in this reading, and then we have the King of Coins. So for some of you, this is panning out in a work situation. For others of you here, this is about finding your stability. Maybe you've never felt stable because of this sort of energy. You might have traveled between jobs. You might have traveled between relationships and never really understood what was happening, what was going on. A lot of us do this. It is to do with childhood. It is to do with childhood patterns. It's to do with the empathy. It's the empathy, probably at its most negative. Putting up with things that you don't have to put up with. Allowing people to treat you badly or poorly. Those are the sort of things that are a real negative aspect of empathy. We tend not to look at those though, because we're a little bit blind. We like to think we're an empath and we're a good person, but actually we have really poor habits. So something is happening here to cleanse you of that. All right, so we have the Strength card. How beautiful is that? All right, and then we have the 8 of Coins. I really feel strongly that there are a lot of you at work experiencing this at the moment. 7 of Swords. You may be dealing with someone at work who's stealing your ideas or taking gratitude or taking the focus off you, trying to make sure that they are always in the limelight here. This person is watching you to see what you do and then copying or following your ideas here. This person is highly jealous and highly motivated by taking things away from you. It's their pleasure. You're dealing with somebody very, very dangerously narcissistic here. This person will sacrifice you to get what they want. Now, if this is a relationship you're dealing with or a relationship you're about to be offered, I almost want to say you might as well go and lay on your sacrificial table now. Don't be the martyr here. Learn your lessons. Understand that what you did in the past is no longer working for you. Observe, not absorb. Watch, listen, take notice. If you're unsure of what this is about, go back and research. Because you're about to see this cycle in action. You're about to see the very thing that you've learned about in action. Whoever this person is for you, whether they're at work, they could be a family member. Oh my goodness, I want to say to you, they could be a family member. They may be hypercritical of you. They may always, I'm here with the whole, don't be so sensitive. You're too sensitive. Somebody said to me the other day that they were always told they were too much. Never listen to those people because they can't cope with their own ideas of how you should behave. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever. Somebody is about to show themselves. And it's funny because I'm looking at the wolves on my shirt now and I'm realizing why I picked this shirt out this morning. You're about to see the wolf in sheep's clothing. You're about to see the mistakes you've been making. You're about to understand this cycling you've been doing. It's all coming in here. Very powerful reading here because this is moving you into the new cycle. We have the 3 of Wands waiting for your ships to come in. We have the 2 of Wands working your way towards a new path, taking a new path, going in a new direction. And look at this, the Wheel of Fortune coming through. Wow, that's why they led me to this deck. This is an amazing reading. You are about to close out this karmic cycle that you have been traveling in. For some of you, you've been traveling in this all of your life. You may have done the family, you may have done the relationships, you may have done the jobs, but you're about to see this close out. You're about to see what you've been doing. The universe is about to show you so you do not do it again. You are choosing to move in a different direction here. Now, for some of you, if this is a work situation, you're understanding now how to manage the people at work. Not allowing them to push you around anymore, not allowing them to bully you. But you're waiting for ships to come in here. You're waiting for this beautiful abundance that the universe is saying is there for you once you let go. You're about to understand how to speak your truth, how to stand in your truth. This is big, big energy coming through here for whoever I'm reading for. Okay, you're about to close out a cycle. There is some sort of conflict here, and I feel like you might have been fighting against this. You may have been finding reasons to not see this, but I think you can't deny it any longer. It's going to be in your face here. Whether this is narcissism, addiction, whether this is doing things a certain way, hanging on to your past, whatever this is for you, this energy is about to go. You're about to move into a new time. For some of you here, you will be taking on the energy of the King of Wands in his pure form, taking leadership, taking power. But there is something being offered to you here that you do not want to take. This is you. If you have a look at this, This person is looking at this situation, this offer, whatever it is for you, and they're saying, I do not want to do this. I have done this so many times before. I'm over it. I want to just move on. I want to move forward. I want to close this out. And that's what you're doing here. You're allowing, there's the other one, the Palace of Wands. You are allowing this energy to fall away here. The Death card says to me, you're allowing this to go now. You're allowing, letting go of it. Letting go of this patterning. This patterning that makes you hang on to people, places and situations. For some of you, it can be about hanging on to situations mentally. Not allowing a situation to pass, going over and over in your head, ruminating, procrastinating. That's all to do with the codependent energy. And you're about to let it all go here. All right, let us find, I might go into the wisdom of the oracle for this one. I love that. I love that the universe is going to show you something that this time you're going to go, I get it now. I finally get it. I finally see it. I understand. And now I can make a difference. Now I can move forward and let go. All right, we're having that card, whatever that card is. Time to go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 45. Got to say, I've got to be careful with that too, because I go 45 and then I look at page 45 and then I go, oh, it's card 45, Yvonne, and then I can't find it. Time to go. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. Now there you go. There's spirit in action. That is the universe in action here. When you get a card that clarifies this so perfectly, that is action. This card reading was done with a deck that I pulled out because they said to me to use another deck. And then I pulled this. Even I'm absolutely bamboozled. I want to do a real high level hooly-dooly here. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. That's that death energy. Your destiny is calling you. Wow. I want to read the whole lot, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that with you. I think that was an amazing reading. Very, very powerful. Thank you